guy in while I'm still on the fucking bike.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah. Hey bike friends, and anyone else who made it to this channel, my channel on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing 5 tips on how to make a fall less stressful and more helpful by knowing first aid and emergency response techniques. If you want to learn more about this stuff, keep watching and I'll tell you how. As a trail rider, casual biker, cyclist, or bmxer, we're bound to run into trouble at some point in our careers. There's no way that we're not going to fall on the trail or at the skate park or even around town. I mean, if we're pushing our bodies, we're going to fall, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And being prepared to help another person or yourself is the best way to handle an emergency situation. I'm going to talk about 5 tips that'll make the situation less stressful and more helpful. These tips can be transferred across many different action sports, and I hope that you use them well and maybe even help some people out. I know that I'm going to be using them because I've studied a lot about them and narrowed them down into a perfect little ball of fun. I do more than just mountain biking. I surf and I skateboard and do a lot of other things as well. So just know that they're not limited to just cycling sports. They're pretty much for any emergency situation that you find yourself in, whether you're in the grocery store or at the park, you know, they will work. That's why I was inspired to make this video, because I myself have been really deer in the headlight whenever somebody has fallen. Let's get started and see what tips are the most important. Approaching the area calmly and assessing the surroundings is really key. If you're in a group ride, try to assign an emergency response position to the most trained or knowledgeable person. Maybe even provide like a sticker or like a badge or something that you could put on your arm or on the bike. I think that would be pretty fun and cool, especially since there's so many group rides out there now that get together. I know that it's probably talked about, but having a designated person will create an organized response in case of an accident and reduced unwanted stress for the person in need. Creating a crowd whenever a person is down is not an effective way to calm their nerves. And usually if nobody is assigned like the position as a medic or something, everybody's gonna flock and it's gonna turn into like a big circle. Whereas if I was in the position on the ground, I would not want that. And it's kind of like a cross the board thing where you don't want to overwhelm somebody on the ground. Getting a medical kit might sound standard, but a lot of people that I've run into don't have one. A kit small enough to ride with you is recommended and definitely the most effective, because you'll have it like in case somebody falls. But having one in the car will also get the job done in a pinch. It's not as effective, but most of us don't ride in places where the parking lot's like really far away, so it'll be okay if you could just ride back and get the kit for somebody, or just have the person ride back to the car if it's not a major injury. Something as simple as alcohol wipes, band-aids, and gloves can make a really great lightweight kit, and you can put it on your bike. If you want to see me do that, I'll show you. Just ask in the comments below and we can make a video about really easy medical kits that you could carry on your bike without even knowing it's there. It's pretty awesome, and I do it on my bike. I also keep a bigger medical kit in my car, so I have 2 of them. Learn some basic first aid procedures.
First thing you do is you check him over. If he ain't responsive or he ain't breathing, or he's making noises like this, then his heart will stop working, he's having a cardiac arrest. Then you do hands-only CPR, and no kissing. You only kiss your missus on the lips. Watch, lock your fingers together, knuckles up, then push down, right on the sovereign.
There's a world of knowledge available online for first aid and emergencies, but I'm not going to go into them. I'm just going to tell you what you should know, and you could do your own research. If you want to see a more in-depth video of what I do, then just request it. I'll do whatever videos you'd like as long as people are watching them and interested. So CPR is really important. It's number one on anyone's emergency certification. The primary survey, stopping severe bleeding, supporting broken bones, and handling unconscious people. Those are probably the top 5 within that little world that I would look into. So just pause the video now if you want to do further researching on that stuff, and just know that that's what I would look into. Those are like the top 5 in that little thing. This one ties back into learning the basics about like emergency procedures, but carrying a first aid book or getting an app on your phone is really second to none, because not a lot of people are going to remember all of these things in the scenario, but if you practice them, they'll kind of happen subconsciously. But if you're bad at practicing and don't have a great memory, carry a book with you, because you can learn everything on the fly right there, and they usually give you all sorts of examples of what to look for. I'll post a book below that I would recommend, or I'll put a picture somewhere. Also, the phone apps, they work, but just know that your phone isn't going to be as 100% reliable, because it could die. Maybe you don't have service for the app. I don't know. Phones are kind of weird, and I prefer having a physical item. A 20-page book is not going to weigh you down on a ride, so maybe just roll it up and put it in the seat post to keep on your bike at all times. That could be part of my medical kit. If you want to check that out, just go ahead and request it. But yeah, you could keep a book on you, and it's really light. It'll make sure that you have all the training somewhere that you could refer back to in an emergency. I think that's really, really important. Avoid riding alone. This will be hard for most of us, but should be taken seriously when riding a new trail. It's always safer with a buddy that can help or be helped if there is an emergency situation. If you plan on riding alone, please take the first aid seriously and use this video as a segue to learn more about it, and just keep riding safe, be prepared. That's the most important thing. Like I said, if you're not a mountain biker and you somehow stumbled upon this video, all this stuff could be used in any sort of sport or action sport, like if you want to avoid surfing alone, skateboarding alone, playing basketball alone, throwing javelin alone. It's really important. I know that we get comfortable on our home court, but the more that you're prepared for something to happen, the better off you are. And that's really the most important takeaway from this, is being prepared. Have a medical kit, learn some procedures, and have the stuff on hand while you're out there in the field. If you like this video, go ahead and share it with the world, put that thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel for more cool videos like this. I'll be doing mostly bicycling and cycling, mountain biking, whatever you want to call it. I almost just cursed. Yeah, I'll be focusing mainly on that stuff, but if you want to see surfing and other stuff on this channel, please just let me know. Get engaged in the comments and subscribe. That's going to be the best way to help me grow this channel. I'll see you next time. Remember, whatever happens in life, it will roll on, and it is better on a bike. If you got here and you don't ride a bike or mountain bike, I really suggest you try it. Get out there on the trails, and hopefully I'll see you out there.
You good? You alright? Man. Is the bike on? You good?
Don't even care.
Oh, that's not.
Larry does it right now.
That's not too bad. I'll fully do that.
Do that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Let's do it. No way.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Probably should warm up, but it's all good. I won't ride that entire line. So I don't really
know anything about it. Yeah, I'm good. Is that on GoPro?